Welcome back to Stargirl. This is episode 10 of season 2. Last time we had the secret was revealed that JSA killed a person to stop Eclipso last time. Again, I get the point of it. I'm just not sure where we go from here, to be honest, because that doesn't really solve our problem of Eclipso has a new body and the prison is gone. So we need to do something more this time. But yeah, it was a good episode, and after that, Eclipso couldn't get to Courtney directly, so he attacked her family, and through that, he finally got to Courtney. So now that everyone's sort of broken out about it, I'm curious to see where we go from here. I know this episode's going to focus on Jenny, but I don't know how. How does she fit into this now? We still have 5 episodes after this, I believe. Right, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, anything could happen, really. I really not sure what to expect. So let's just get into the episode and see what happens. I kind of think the Joel McHale in the present timeline is not this Starman.
You're my brother.
Brother? He threatened you.
He threatened my family, too.
God.
He threatened you.
Okay. Right now, I don't think we needed that scene. It was a nice scene. It humanized Starman for once, because he's been an asshole every scene we've seen him. Kind of, but also... Oh, sir. Not the kitchen again.
Court?
Hey, Pat. He just saved me from Icicle.
Right,
or Eclipso.
No, humbly offering my services, my ass. This guy's trying to manipulate us just the way he did Starman, right?
Crossing some noble line, I only told the truth then.
Right. It's not like he planned for them to do shit. His whole purpose is for Eclipso.
Okay, so...
Oh no, they're finally having the talk.
Try, honey.
Honestly, tell them.
No.
Oh.
You guys didn't
Never
feel like
mind.
talking about the divorce.
There you okay.
Well,
fair.
I'm not ready to
Fair.
talk about this. Besides, it's much safer if you don't know. Why don't you guys figure out what you're doing with your lives? Divorce, no divorce, whatever it is. And let me know when you do.
That said, I'm over it. I got bigger things to deal with. And I'm thriving. I love this. This is so good for her. She said, figure it out. Tell me when you're done. Shade's not a problem. He could help you.
Not alone.
Oh, is Beth gonna watch? Nice.
Hi.
Love it. Look at practical driving. Titans. What? Is that real or is that in his head? That thumping sound. Oh my god, it's Grundy. Oh my god. He's actually here. Not the floor apple. Come on, dude.
Instead, I left you all alone.
Lore? What? Moon magic.
Oh,
That's a lot more.
that's a lot of reading.
This is like the original JSA headquarters. And then I guess the Blue Valley one is a more, like the Last Stand headquarters they had. The Memorial. Vigilante, Green Arrow, and Speedy. Todd's strong enough to get him out of the Shadowlands. Let's go. Uh-oh, Mike. I swear to God, are you fixing Stripe on your own? I didn't think it would happen, but they might bring Jakeem into this, too.
It's called the Helix Institute for Youth Rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation from what?
Sounds like a metahuman facility or something. Wisconsin. Oh, that's right. She's from Milwaukee. I forgot.
A few months ago,
That's it? Oh, my God.
but ended up here. Then he vanished last week.
Oh.
He's out there.
Into the
somewhere.
Shadowlands.
I know he needs my help. Anything to protect your family. You just do.
They're like, oh. Hey, she's coming with. Good.
Mr. Bones, this is Nurse
first love.
Director Bones?
Did you know that
So where did Todd... what are they doing with Todd? From what I understand, Todd is there. They're just hiding.
Are there ghosts? There is, in fact, a gentleman
I
ghost.
was gonna say.
We need to focus on the diamond right now.
They're moving. Oh! They're moving! Oh no.
Jade lied. Restoring the diamond reconnects our world to the Shadowlands.
Indeed it does. Allowing me to access my powers again. I'm so sorry.
Wait, so he's just bad? What the?
To deceive you.
It will summon him.
Oh. Yeah, Pat, not the fucking wrench, okay? I think we should blast him with the light beams, okay? Come on, Jenny. Come on, Jenny. Maybe she can find Cindy and Dr. Midnight? I'm trying to think positive here, okay? A lot of shit has happened in the last few minutes. I thought there was more. I thought there was more to the episode. Wait a minute. Okay. So. Shit. I want to start with the Shade, because he is the enigma right now. I get that he's selfish, and I can see that, but he's selfish. Okay, so that's the reason he would want to heal himself, right? Even if that meant summoning Eclipso or whatever, like, he's okay to sacrifice some people if he gets healed himself. Does that mean he has some sort of plan to take out Eclipso? Because if he's just gonna... You know, like, what kind of, why would he need to be at full strength? I don't know. Like, I just don't see him doing a full heel turn. I still feel like he is on the sort of will he, won't he side, you know? And I think that, like, this episode definitely doesn't do anything to disprove it. I think it sets it up for him to be more evil, but I can still see his thought process. I can still see there is some, like, it's self-preservation rather than I'm gonna work with Eclipso. So my question is now, like, does he still have information that we could use to help stop Eclipso, or is he just kind of like, peace, I'm out, you know, I failed in stopping Eclipso once, I'm just gonna look out for myself from now on, you know? What's his goal now? That's my question. Love that Beth was able to strengthen that connection to Dr. Midnight, and I guess it's confirmed that Shade was the one who kidnapped Dr. Midnight. I thought it was Eclipso somehow grabbed him and took him, and that's why he wasn't able to escape yet. Because if it was Shade, I feel like there's a way that I feel like Shade's he could take him back. So I don't know why he would be kept for this long, unless it was Eclipso who did it, and Shade is not strong enough to fight Eclipso. So I'm still confused on that. We got some backstory on the Shade as well. With Mike, it looks like next episode or sometime soon we're gonna deal with Jakeem. I did not think he would play a part in this at all. Like, I thought it was just kind of like, this is too strong, let's throw it out. You know, like Dr. Fate's helmet, we're not gonna deal with that. The Flash, we're not gonna deal with that. Like, I thought that was a power set that we weren't gonna deal with, but I guess we're bringing Jakeem in, or we're gonna deal with him at least. But I feel like if we have to deal with him, he has to help somehow. You know, he has to progress the plot further. I don't see it as a villain of the week kind of thing, because that's not what the show does. Or if they do have a villain of the week, it progresses a main plot. So I feel like Jakeem has to factor in somehow to either throwing more monkey wrenches into the situation, which is possible. It's the Thunderbolt. Or he's able to help the team out somehow, you know, something like that. Help Mike get more confidence and, like, you know, feel more a part of the team. I don't know, something. So we have that plot line going on. Now, the Courtney, Pat, Jenny's plot line is really interesting. Courtney got kidnapped by Eclipso. So I think we're going to, when we do eventually go back to them, I don't know if it's next episode, I don't know if it's later, but when we eventually go back to Courtney's side of things, I feel like we're gonna have to. She doesn't have the staff. First off, she doesn't have the staff. But I think it's gonna be Adventure in the Shadowlands. She's gonna meet up with Cindy, team up with Cindy to get out of the Shadowlands. Find Dr. Midnight along the way. I don't know if he'll survive, but I think we're gonna meet him finally. I feel like that's pretty strong stuff there. Maybe even Todd. Listen, this was the closest we gotten to Todd in the show. I feel like there's two things with Todd. There's a couple of different things actually. So this Helix group, whatever. I don't know if that's a comics thing. We're going to different things. Let me think about Todd first. Okay, so whatever. We know for a fact he ended up at this Helix place and then he escaped, or he disappeared. That's what Jenny said. From what the nurse was saying, it sounds like to me he's still there and they're just keeping him in like lockup or something. So that's one option. Another option is he actually did escape and the nurse is just like, I told him they escaped, whatever. The third option is he's like in the Shadowlands and they don't know how to get him, like something. Listen, if I was writing this show, which I would have included Todd way earlier, but if I was writing this show, I think it just adds for ease of access. The next time we go to Courtney, adventuring the Shadowlands, she teams up with Cindy somehow, meets her along the way. We find Dr. Midnight, we find Todd, who is trapped there or something, right? We group effort, get out of the Shadowlands. Maybe Dr. Midnight dies along the way, but the other three kids, they make it back to the real world. Jenny and Todd are reunited. Cindy's like, you win for now. I'm going to, once he defeated Calypso because he fucked me up, then we'll go back to our own vendetta. And then Courtney's like, fine, whatever. I think that's pretty good writing. Like, that's a pretty good plot point to have. So I'm going to be disappointed. Well, I'm not going to be disappointed. Like, this show can't disappoint me, to be honest. Like, this is a really good show. So, whatever they do, it's going to be great. But I think that's a really smart way they can introduce these characters, bring them back, have some plot progression. Find more about Eclipso in the Shadowlands, whatever. Shade, maybe even go there for some reason. So we have that going on with Todd. That's my point. Love to see Jenny back. I really hope she's part of the team now. I hope this is like her reintroduction. Like, she's with us now because we're down Yolanda, we're down Rick. So we need some help. And we're down Courtney right now too. So like if Jenny can just come back with us, I don't know, something like that, that'd be really good. So with this Helix place, I don't know what they are, but she said Mr. Bones. I don't know if she's Dr. Bones, but I heard she said Mr. Bones, I believe. The only one I know is, I don't know him very well, but I know he's like the head of the DEO, I believe. And he's like a skeleton man who has like, he's toxic or something like that. He was in a lot of, so in the recent run, what was it called? Infinite Frontier. Yes, Infinite Frontier. It dealt a lot with the new universe that was formed, the multiverse, the omniverse, whatever it was called. And part of it was bringing back the JSA, which included Jenny, Todd, Green Lantern, plus like the other JSA members in different iterations. So, like Wildcat, Starman, believe Hourman might have been there, Power Girl was there. So like basically bringing characters that haven't been in the main run of comics recently, bringing them all back. And Director Bones was part of that as well. He, again, other related part of the comics right now is that he's part of a spy group called Checkmate. And yeah, there's a lot going on with him. So if this is the same person, again, I don't think it's a problem for this season. Like, I think we got Eclipso to deal with. So if my theory on Todd is correct and that he's in Shadowlands and we can rescue him through there, I think this Helix group will come back to bite us later. Otherwise, it is a problem for this season. We have to fight them. We have to deal with that now. But I think it's cool. Like, if it's the same thing I'm thinking about, there's a lot of story potential there, basically. And I think that would be a good season 3 kind of stuff to deal with. They teased the 7 soldiers again. I think that's another good season 3 plotline to deal with. But yeah, there's just... Oof, good episode. I don't think I talked a lot during it. But it was nice. It was nice to see some old characters to... Again, I don't really get... I get the point of that beginning flashback scene with Starman. It's just... It wasn't necessary. I think we could have seen something else there, but it was fine. You know, like I said, it helped humanize Starman more because right now he's just an asshole. And I guess it helps us sort of see why he is an asshole. Or like see that he's at least coming to the judgment, you know, recognizing his behaviors. And again, I mentioned it in an episode, but since Starman is going to become a regular next season, and just the way that we haven't really seen him this season, like in the present timeline, he hasn't caught up with Pat yet, which is really weird. So, you know, he knows stuff about Pat. He mentions that Pat has an ex-wife or whatever. So he knows there's some history there. But at the same time, I just don't get how he's alive. So there's a couple theories. Now I think about another theory. My first thought was that he's another Starman because I was talking with somebody in the comments on a couple episodes ago, but there's like multiple Starman apparently. I'm familiar with a different one from the comics than the one that is in the show. So... But there's even more than that. There's like at least 5. So either he's a different Starman entirely in this same Earth, or he's from another Earth. And that's why he knows things about Pat that maybe aren't true for this Pat. Because as far as... I mean, it makes sense Pat would have a different wife because he has Mike. So, like, obviously he had another... It makes sense, I guess. But again, we watched him die. So there's something weird about that, you know. So, I don't know. Like if it is a different Earth Pat or different Earth Starman, that would make sense of why. I don't know. Like it opens up multiverse possibilities. It opens up story potential for next season. But also, if he becomes a regular, I saw a really good theory and discussion about how once he does join up with the group, there's going to be a power struggle between Pat, Court, and him, Starman, about like who's the leader and, you know, stuff like that. So I don't know. Like it would also, basically my point is it would also make sense if he was from this Earth. If it was the same Starman, he just lived somehow. I think there's some good story potential there too. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I will be watching DC Fandom on Twitch with people, with you guys if you want to join. I'll put the link in the video right now, and I'll make a video, short little thing on Saturday when I'm going live, and I'll try and put highlights if there's any good stuff like trailers or anything for this show. Also, like any snippets. I know they're going to show something for Stargirl, so very excited. Anyways, great episode as always. I don't know, I'm just babbling at this point. Thanks for watching. Leave thoughts down in the comments below. I can't think right now, so tell me about what you liked about this episode. I can't think of plot points to discuss. Thank you for watching. Bye.